Welcome back to the Fluorite training videos. In this video, we're going to cover setting up new materials for our new project. I've zoomed into this PDF where it says the finished material schedule. So the first three materials, the first one is CT-1, is a wall tile, 6 by 6. The second material, CT-1, is wall base, same size, 6 by 6. And then the third material, CT-2, is a ceramic floor tile, 12 by 12. And then down towards the bottom, we have CP-1 for a broadloom carpet, CP-2 for another carpet, and then VB-1 for vinyl wall base. So we're going to go through setting up each of these materials. So what I'm going to do is left click where it says C-1, this is my material list, and towards the bottom of this, if you scroll down, it says create material type. So I'm going to left click on that just to set up a quick material. So the first one, I'll move this to the side, we'll do the CT-1 wall tile. Right under that, I'm going to left click and choose what it's going to be sold by. So I'm going to left click on square feet. Now, right here where it says layout sheet flooring, it's not sheet flooring or rolled goods, so I will uncheck that box. And then 3 boxes down, where it says T-seams sheet flooring, once again, we don't need T-seams for this box product. So I'm going to uncheck that box. Where it says waste box products, you can add user added waste here, or you can add that on the job estimate page where you see your quantities. So we're going to leave this at 0% for now. And then where it says box products, I'm going to left click to check that. And then amount/box, how many pieces per carton. If you're not sure about that number, just put 1 in there. And then where it says pattern width, I'm going to put 6 inches. And then I'm going to press tab on my keyboard so I can go down to the next cell, pattern length. Or you can just left click where it says pattern length. And I'm going to type 6 inches. Now I'm going to left click in the space down here and you'll see tile scrap use appear. I'm going to choose opposite side, so it'll cut off the factory edge, use it on the opposite side of the room, and I'm going to set that as the scrap use. This is most popular if you have tile with a pattern or a direction on it. So this is how it should look for a 6 by 6 wall tile. Then I'm going to click OK, and now this next box that pops up allows me to change the color. So you could click more colors if you want to choose a different color. Fill style. So if you want to save ink or you just want the fill style to look different when you draw the room, you can choose any of these. And then where it says style name, I always recommend changing this name to a more specific name of the material, or you can even have it say the same as the material type. So we'll do CT-1 wall tile. And the reason I recommend changing this name here from style 1 is because this is the name that prints out on the report you print. So it'll show a material legend on your room report, and you don't want it to say style 1. So I'm going to click OK on the bottom. So we just set up the CT-1 wall tile. Now we're going to do the CT-1 wall base. So instead of going through that process and setting up basically the same material, just a different name, I'm going to click defaults at the top, then left click material type. Here's the CT-1 wall tile. I left click to highlight that, and then to the right, I'm going to choose copy. So you can see it transferred over all that information. Now I just need to give it a new name. So I'm going to put CT-1 wall base. Then click OK at the bottom. Once again, we can change the color if we need to. I'm going to change the style name. Then click OK. Then I'll click OK again so we can see the next material, which is going to be CT-2 for the floor tile, and that's going to be a 12 by 12. So to set up that material, I'm going to left click the down arrow where it shows C-1, and then at the bottom of this list, I'm going to left click create material type. So here, I'm going to put CT-2 floor tile. Then I'll left click under that and choose how it's going to be sold. Once again, this is not sheet flooring or rolled goods, so I will uncheck this box. And then where it says T-seam sheet flooring, we will uncheck that box. And we want to check where it says boxed products, we want to check that. And then the amount, if we're not sure about that number, how many pieces per carton, just put 1 in there. And where it shows the pattern width, you want to put 12 inches. And where it says pattern length, we're going to put 12 inches as well. And once again, I'm going to left click in the white space down here, and then we see tile scrap use. So we're going to choose how the scrap is going to be used. So once again, I'm going to choose opposite side. Click OK. And then the only thing here, I'm going to change the style name. And then click OK on the bottom. So for the carpet, we're just going to set up one of these carpets since I already have some created. So once again, I'm going to click the down arrow where it shows C-1, scroll to the bottom of this list, and left click Create Material Type. Where it says the material name, I'm going to put Carpet 1. And then under that, I'm going to left click and choose how it's going to be sold. Now in here, where it says layable width, you could put the layable width that the installer's laying. So if it's a 12-foot rolled good, maybe the installer's laying 11 foot 10 inches. So you could put 11 foot 10 inches here, or whatever the installer is installing, or you can just put the width of the carpet. And then the actual width is the actual width of the rolled good, what it comes in before the installer cuts off some of the material. So I'm going to put 12 in there as well. And that's all we need to do for this 12-foot carpet. If the material has a pattern repeat, then down here where it says pattern width and pattern length, you would enter the dimensions of that pattern repeat. So this is how a rolled good should look. So we'll click OK on the bottom. Once again, you can change the color, change the style name, and then click OK on the bottom. Now for the vinyl base, this time to set up whether it's wall base or trim or transitions, we're going to left click Edit at the top of floor right, and then at the very bottom where it says Tags, I'm going to left click Tags, then left click Add, and we're going to type in VB-1. You can enter a description if you need to, as well as enter a unit price, and then what it's going to be based on, length, or you have the option for count if you need to count your inside-outside corners. And then the rest of this down here under Edge Display Properties, this is just choosing the color and how it's going to look on the wall once you tag it with vinyl base. And then the Point Display Properties, this is for when you're setting up inside-outside corners. So set up the trim, we did vinyl base, and then click OK, and I'll click OK again. So now when I left click my material list here, here's the Carpet 1 we just set up, here's the CT-1 wall base, the wall tile, and the floor tile. So we just set up a few materials. Now if you have any questions on setting up materials in Floorite, you can contact FR Support at pacific-solutions.com. The last thing I want to say in this video is that if I were to start a new file, those materials that I just set up wouldn't be there. So if I want to save those materials for a future new project, then I'm going to left click File, and I'm going to left click Save File as Template. And this allows me to create a commercial material template or a multifamily material template. Just if you're always working with some generic materials or the same materials, you can set up templates so you don't have to keep creating new materials for new projects. So here I would choose the location, my desktop or a shared location, name the file, and then click Save. And then the next time you start a new project, it would have those materials and the material list ready to go. So once again, if you have any questions, please contact FR Support at pacific-solutions.com. Thank you for watching this video.